and welcome to Tune Into Wellness Today. My name is Lisa Marie Tersini. I am the founder and owner of a company called Inspiring Wellness Solutions. Inspiring Wellness Solutions helps people to beat disease, reverse disease, lose weight, and be overall fit. We do this through nutrition, counseling, and coaching. I'm also the host of Tune Into Wellness Today. Tune Into Wellness Today promotes natural wellness in the community to all of you and its surrounding areas of the Capital District. Today I have 3 guests, and my first guest is Dr. Robert Fox of Development Vision Center in the Capital District. Dr. Fox is a fellow of optometry and vision development. He is a lecturer. He's lectured all throughout the Northeast on vision and vision challenges. He's also consulted to a lot of local schools, school districts, and he is currently on staff at Sunnyview Hospital right here in Schenectady. Welcome, Dr. Fox.
Thank you, Lisa Marie. It's a pleasure to be here.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Super. You are a behavioral optometrist.
Correct.
What does that mean?
Okay. Well, a behavioral optometrist, also known as a developmental optometrist, we believe there's a lot more to vision than just getting a clear image on the back of your eye. Many of the patients we work with have trouble using their 2 eyes together, let's say. So a child or a school child who has a problem with using their 2 eyes together may have a problem aiming their 2 eyes in and may actually have double vision in some form or another. And they don't know that's not the way things are supposed to look. So as they have not developed the ability to use their 2 eyes together, and this is now going to affect their ability to read and learn and to pay attention in the classroom.
So is it feasible then do you have clients that come to you, particularly children that have been diagnosed or misdiagnosed with a disorder like ADD as an example, where really they had a vision challenge?
Correct. That's actually very common. If a child maybe gets a headache after 5 minutes of reading, well, they're not going to want to read anymore.
Right.
And the teacher's just going to say, no, Johnny, you have to sit there longer. You have to try harder. And they may act out or rebel or get very upset and not go along with what the class wants them to do.
I have to deviate for 1 second. Try harder. Are you from Long Island?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
wow. But you've been here for how many
away.
years, and that's still coming out. Wow.
I still can't get rid of it.
I love it. How did you come to realize that these children have been misdiagnosed in your practice? I mean, what brought you to that realization?
Well, we had always done a little bit of something called vision therapy. That's the program we put people through to teach them how to focus and aim their eyes and move their eyes and use them together better. And at first I sort of dabbled in it, and then I had a few cases that all of a sudden the parents came in and said, after there's just a couple of weeks of working with their child in our program, all of a sudden the child didn't mind doing their homework anymore. The child went from being afraid to go to class to volunteering to read in class out loud. And I said, I think there's something more to this than I originally thought. And we really decided to make it a bigger and bigger portion of our practice. And now it's something we actually have a specialty practice in.
That is amazing. Understanding so many children being diagnosed with ADD and then are on medication improperly, apparently, and still not being able to solve the problem because they did not really understand what the real problem was. Tell me about your vision center and how that's maybe different from other vision centers in the work that you and your team do. I know from what I'm hearing you saying, you're not just looking at 20/20 vision as the end-all to all, correct?
Correct.
So tell me that difference, please.
Well, you walk into our practice, you'll see right away it's very different. We have a big open room where most of the therapy takes place. We have a trampoline, we have walking rails, balance boards, chalkboards, video display screens. We try very hard to get these children up and moving. Many of them, it's torture for them to sit 6-8 hours a day in the classroom without moving. With all the challenges they have, and some of them do have attentional issues. So we will have somebody, we have a ball hanging in the middle of the room. We call that a Marsden ball.
Like a disco ball?
No, it's a little. It looks like a softball.
Okay.
But you will see it. You walk into the room, you'll see a child following it as it moves along the room, as it moves in a circle. You'll see them bunting at it. You'll see them reading a letter chart while they're walking on a walking rail. You'll see them trying to do puzzles while wearing special glasses that make it hard for them to focus on things. You'll see them looking at 3D pictures that help encourage their two eyes to work together. So it doesn't look like it almost looks like you're in a physical therapist's office with all the
Is this
that goes
strictly
on
a
there.
pediatric vision center then?
No, not really. I think it started out that way, but we're seeing more and more older patients. In addition to the elementary school kids, we have a lot of teenagers in there. We just had a teenager graduate recently who went from getting 40s and 50s in school to getting 90s in the classroom. Homework went from taking 3 hours a night to taking 45 minutes. Huge difference. And in addition, you mentioned I consult at Sunnyview Hospital. We also consult with patients that have had vision problems after having a stroke or a concussion, let's say, from even an auto accident or a brain injury, where again they have many of the same problems in terms of double vision, eyes not working together, and so on.
It's really very remarkable, the work that you're doing, and to bring this out to the public, because I would surmise that so many people would be suffering for a lot of years had they not had these vision challenges looked at and addressed. And you mentioned the homework. I for one know that the homework load is immense with these children being home. And if you're a child that is challenged, as you said, it can go upward of 4 hours a night, which is extremely stressful.
We have this term, we call it the homework wars, where every night the child is coming home and there's a constant battle between the parent and the child, and there's fights and there's tears. And don't forget, these children often have siblings in the house too, who may not be getting as much attention as they should from the parent, because there's a constant battle going on just to even get Johnny to sit down and do his homework.
Absolutely. It's very stressful for everyone. Give me, if you would, several more benefits. You've already given me so many, but a few more benefits that a person might realize by coming into your vision center.
Other benefits, two other areas. One might be sports vision. Somebody who maybe has okay vision but wants to get better at something. We've worked with, I'm currently working with several students from the University of Albany girls volleyball team, who the coach is very much tuned into vision problems, and we've helped some girls really up their game quite a bit. I have a friend in Buffalo who works with NHL goalies. We here have worked with baseball players, tennis players, etc. So for the athlete who would like to get better, even the golfer, better visual skills often translates to better sports performance. The other thing is just the adult who maybe is doing a lot more close work than they did, perhaps working on a computer now 7 or 8 hours a day, and plus going home and maybe doing more, and wondering why they always seem to have a headache at the end of the day. Why does the screen get blurry? Why does the font never seem to be big enough? They might actually have a problem with how their eyes aim and move and focus.
So it's not necessarily that their eyes are just tired.
Correct.
Which is what we make
Correct.
that assumption. Many of
Correct.
us just say, oh, I'm
Correct.
just tired.
Right.
It could be something else.
But it could be after just 10 or 15 minutes of trying to work on the computer and you are getting a headache, or seeing the screen, the letters almost double up and move around on you.
You've been doing this work since 1986?
Yes.
Thank you so very much for all the work that you've done and for educating our local schools. Are you still going out and consulting with schools?
We're still going out. We still consult with schools. I'm always lecturing. I was recently in Chicago trying to teach other optometrists to do more of this work as well.
It's just very, very remarkable and very important. And thank you so very much for being here today to share all of this with us. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
If you'd like more information about Dr. Fox and the work that he does, you can reach out to him at www.optometrist.org/Fox. Thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you, Dr. Fox. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
And my second guest today is Penny Scher. Penny is with Healing with Movement Pilates in Albany. She's been running this business for 10 years. She is a certified Pilates Method Alliance instructor, a Meeks Method instructor as well, and also she writes a holistic health blog for the Times Union. Welcome, Penny.
Thank you, Lisa Marie. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you
It's
for
nice to
being
meet you.
here. Nice to meet you. Great to see you.
Thank you.
So you are a movement specialist?
Yes, I work out of the studio, and what happens is so many people come in with individual needs that are obviously individual and different for every person. And I find that the way I work with everyone is unique. So once I assess them, then we kind of very gently move into alignment issues, strengthening exercises, actually flexibility, and then strengthening, and then we kind of go from there.
Tell me about your line of work as a Pilates instructor. I know that you do a little bit of a unique program. You've designed your own system called an internal alliance.
Yes, internal alignment awareness. Well, Pilates is wonderful because it strengthens the core muscles. It works from the inside out and is just fantastic for improving flexibility, breathing, posture, an enormous, bunch of things. But what I found was a lot of people coming in had numerous postural issues, pain issues. They had different pathologies. They had osteoporosis. They have stenosis of the spine, disc compressions, and things that would make going directly into a traditional classical Pilates workout too strenuous for them. Many of them were afraid, gym phobic. So I just found that going in this super gentle way of integrating exercise into their routine became very, very effective. So with internal alignment awareness, we start lying down, and it goes from the least to most compression on the spine. So we spend a lot of time lying down, finding what feels straight is often a delusion. So, we straighten them out first, and then go from there. Gentle isometric strengthening exercises, breathing exercises. Quite often we'll add qigong, healing, sound type things because people are stressed.
Now, that Meeks Method exercise specialist, is that part of this program? You bring this into?
Yes. So Sarah Meeks is my mentor. She's a brilliant, brilliant physical therapist, and she's made it her life's mission to train physical therapists specifically and trainers on how to work with people who have osteoporosis. So, for example, in Pilates, 85% of the exercises are forward flexion, forward bending, traditionally a sit-up or something like that, which can cause stress fractures if you have osteoporosis. So the Meeks method goes into great detail in how to prevent fractures, improve balance, and just allow you to go through life with new movement habits.
With that, you do treat a lot of clients that are fragile,
Yes.
do have osteoporosis. What are some of the concerns you need to be aware of while working with this type of a client?
Well, with osteoporosis, because your bones are brittle, there's a good chance of fracture if you put yourself into positions like forward bending, side bending, and rotation in a loaded exercise, so lifting weights. But a person who has osteoporosis doesn't always know they have it. So the statistics are a little scary. 50% of women over 50 and 25% of men over 50 will break a bone due to an osteoporosis-related fracture. That's National Osteoporosis Foundation statistics. It's considered a silent disease, so many of us have it and don't know we have it. I have osteoporosis and had no idea. And when it was finally diagnosed about 7 years ago, they actually did a bone scan, and the nurse said to me, "We have to repeat this. There's a mistake. There's something wrong with the equipment. We have to do it again." And as it turned out, I had a very high fracture risk. Ironically, I had already been working with this segment of the population, so even though I was shocked, I was kind of like, okay, well, Penny, if anybody's going to get this, you should, because
It's funny
you know
how the
what to do.
universe works in that
Exactly,
way.
exactly.
I read that over 40 million people in the United States are diagnosed with osteoporosis or at risk for it due to low bone mass. Are you seeing in your practice, you've been in practice for over 10 years, you said, have you seen in the last few years that you have more of an influx of people with osteoporosis?
Definitely, definitely. And what concerns me is that they'll come in and say, "Oh, I'm really fine. You know, I have a little." The term used to be osteopenia, which was kind of the line before severe fracture risk. And they'd say, "I just have a little osteopenia in my hip, but I know what to do." And what they don't understand is that it's systemic. So if they find it somewhere in one bone, it's going to be in all of the bones. And this is a disorder that, you know, you could actually sneeze, come forward with a lot of weight, and break a bone. It's ironic because it's actually considered a pediatric condition that manifests in adulthood, which, when you think about it, our bones grow their fastest between the time we're 8 years old and 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
This is the time when we can build healthy bones, stay nice and strong. Past that, our bone density, everything slows down. The bones aren't remodeling as fast. So if you don't get really strong, healthy bones in childhood and in your teen years with diet, you know, exercise, a positive, you know, stress-free environment.
I'm so glad you brought up the diet piece, because as you know, that's what I do
Yes,
as a holistic
it's
health
huge.
counselor,
It's
and
just
the
huge.
dietary intake is very important to having strong bones and healthy
Exactly.
bones.
So, for example, you know, soda drinking, you know, sugary beverages. It's horrible diet-wise. You know, it's. I mean, obviously, I don't have to tell you that I get crazy with with people's
my
diets.
passion.
Yeah.
We have a picture on the screen of one of your clients, Marvin. How old is Marvin?
Marvin is 83 years old as of next week.
And this picture is a before and after, before a Pilates class and after one Pilates
This was
class.
after our first session, and you can see it's profound. And you're looking at Marvin, you know, Marvin's 83, but this could be the same profile of a teenager carrying a heavy book bag, or, you know, a kid sitting playing video games. I say in the studio, you can't spell slouch without ouch. And what's so great about Marvin, because he said, "Penny, what did you do to me?" We found his center of gravity, which is basically your center of gravity is 2 inches below your navel, 2 inches in, and your head, which weighs about 10 pounds, is supposed to rest directly over the center of gravity. Now, as it goes forward, it puts, you know, can go up to 40 pounds of pressure then pulling on your neck and shoulders. So what we do with Marvin, specifically internal alignment, is serve to have him lying down on his back, release the tension in those muscles, and then begin to strengthen. So an exercise then, just like raising your arm up over your head, slowly you begin to wake up the tendons and the shoulders and the joints and
This
the
is an
hips.
incredible, remarkable progress for one treatment.
It's amazing. It's just amazing. I'm so proud of him, and it really happens with everybody.
Give me a few more benefits that if I were to come take one of your classes that I might receive from one of your classes.
One, some people come in, they have issues with digestion and GERD, and these are mostly postural issues. So if you're slouching all the time, you're compressing your internal organs, they can't function efficiently. You can't take a deep breath because you're compressing your lungs. So as you improve your posture, your breathing improves, that your digestion improves, your confidence improves, your balance improves, and there's this whole mind-body connection because we're really adjusting the neural pathways in the brain. And as you do this by very subtle movement patterns, you retrain your body.
And I would surmise as people are retraining their body, as you're working with them to retrain their body, they're going to become more confident, and perhaps they might have been fearful at one point of falling, particularly someone like Marvin.
Exactly.
So you're bringing back to them a more of a confidence.
There's a confidence in their physical ability because so many people are afraid of falling, but there's also an emotional confidence that the Pilates method brings to you, because as you strengthen your spine and your core, your spirit improves. And I say, it sounds tongue-in-cheek, but Pilates saved my life. When I first started practicing 15 years ago, I was going through a lot of stressful times emotionally, and the workout, because of the way it's structured, it's it just makes sense and it works, and it makes you a happier person.
That is wonderful. One more benefit before we wrap up. Can you give me one more?
Oh my God, there are so many. I think it also sets you as a good role model for your family and other people in the community, because when they see what Joseph Pilates called this work the fountain of youth that we were all looking for, and when they see you just sparkling, they're going to want to be that way too, and you can help spread that positive energy by sharing it with your friends.
I agree. That's great. I thank you so much for what you do. It's just fantastic.
Thank you for sharing it with the community.
You are very welcome. If you'd like more information from Penny Scher, you can reach her online at healingwithmovement.com, www.healingwithmovement.com. Thank you, Penny, so much.
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Namaste.
Namaste. And our last guest today is Travis Gill. Travis Gill is from The Fitness Artist, located in Clifton Park and Saratoga. Travis is a fitness trainer who is certified by the National Academy of Sports Medicine. Mm-hmm. And also, Travis has certification in functional movement. Welcome, Travis.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Lisa.
Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely.
So, The Fitness Artist.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that and why that's different as a fitness trainer, why that's different than going to a gym.
Sure. Well, Fitness Artist I started up about 4 years ago. Actually, February 15th was our 4-year anniversary. And we are a private fitness studio, so that just means that clients will come in a private setting and work one-on-one with a fitness professional. We also do include small group sessions, which is 2 to 3 individuals in one session, but the biggest thing is privacy that we push. It's a lot different than a gym setting where you're not intimidated when you walk into a gym. If you're not used to working out, if you're not used to, going to, the gym, it's kind of intimidating. So what I wanted to do was formulate something to where it's private. Mm-hmm. You don't have to worry about anybody staring at you. You don't have to worry about the meatheads in the corner grunting and judging. So that's, I come from the gym setting where I train a lot of clients who were female. And they tend to be a little bit more self-conscious and want to kind of steer away from, the person in the corner staring at them. So,
but they're not there for a date. They're there to work out.
Exactly.
Not to be hit on, right?
100%.
You've trained over 1,000 people now.
Sure.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Great. That's fabulous.
Yes.
And in your studio in Clifton Park, and I surmise you've simulated this in Saratoga.
Yes.
You have individual booths.
Yes, individual rooms. In Clifton Park, we have 4 individual rooms, and in Saratoga, we have 3. The individual rooms are great because, again, it's that intimate setting. You don't have to worry about anybody looking in or staring at you. But also, we have some really cool barn doors that slide, almost like that rustic look. Mm-hmm. So you can kind of close those too for added privacy if you'd like it. And then also another touch is that we have an iPod dock in each room. So you get to actually listen to whatever you want to listen to. I have clients who are, just demographic-wise, 15 years old athletes that want to listen to rap music, or I have the 65-year-old woman who wants to listen to the Beatles. So it just really centers in on that individual client, and we make it very individualized. For sure.
That is wonderful. Now, you have a mind-body aspect to your training, I believe.
Yes.
Can you speak to us about that a little bit?
Sure. Well, mind-body is very important. If you get into a routine and you say, you know what, I really want to get in shape, I want to change my life, but you're not making any lifestyle changes. That's 99% of the people that I see. They come in, or in the past, they'll go to the gym, they'll do exercises, they'll jump on a treadmill, not really know what they're doing, or they might jump over to a chest press machine and the form may be out of whack, things like that. But they leave and they are just they're not certain that they did the right thing for their body. So what we always do is an hour consultation, and in that hour consultation, we sit down with you and find what kind of things that you're doing in the past, what kind of obstacles that you're running into. It's very important that you have your mind right before you get into a fitness routine, because it's not sustainable if it's not. It's temptation will come into your life. I've got to be somewhere. I've got, I need to walk my dog. I'm tired from work.
It's so very true. I'm a holistic health counselor, as you know,
Sure.
and I will not take clients on who are not ready.
Sure.
Because I can do and educate them and provide all the tools.
Definitely.
But they have to do the work. So
Definitely.
if they're not ready, it's a waste of their time,
Sure.
my time, their money.
Sure.
And I would surmise it's the same thing.
Yes.
You have to be ready to change that body,
Yes,
to work
very
with
true.
a trainer. So
A
that's
lot
one
of-
of the things you're looking at.
Sure, and a lot of our clients actually have to hit rock bottom before they come in, and just be at a loss for what they should do with their lives. So, when we do sit with them, like I said, we go over those lifestyle choices that they're making, but also some goal setting, some realistic goal setting too. So, and the best thing about it too is accountability. Most people will come in, they have that appointment set up, instead of doing things on their own where they're, they can make excuse after excuse.
So you work as their accountability partner.
100%,
Help them
yep.
stay focused on their goals
For
so
sure,
they can
for
achieve
sure,
their goals.
for sure.
What I'm hearing, tell me if I'm incorrect, what I'm hearing is that your programs are somewhat customized then.
Oh yes, definitely.
So you would interview me, this is my background, this is
Sure.
where I'm at, and I would be on a different program than someone else.
Oh, yes, definitely.
That has not worked out
Definitely.
at some point in time. Okay.
For demographics, we see anywhere from the 15-year-old athlete to the 85-year-old, baby boomer that, has never been in the gym before, never been in a workout regimen and wants to change their life in the right direction. So it's important that everybody has an individualized program. So one person might have a strength building regimen, one might have flexibility, one might have just weight loss. We might do a little bit more total body workouts with a weight loss client to burn more calories. So in turn, we're actually activating more muscle groups in one movement, and that will lead to more calorie burn.
It's a whole host of benefits for sure.
Sure.
Now, without divulging, and I would not do this to you, any pricing, I just
Yes.
want to ask you, since it's individualized,
Sure.
somewhat customized
Sure.
program, how is the pricing model compared to a fitness trainer at a gym?
Sure. Well, personal training is, a disposable, income. You're not going to factor it into your daily lifestyle unless you see the benefits to it. So we are very similar to any local gym out there's prices. It can range from anywhere from $30 to $60 depending on the session. I usually tend to train clients that are 45-minute sessions. Some do come in for half hour, but the best thing about the half hour is you're in and you're out. You don't have to worry about timing. We see a lot of people in their lunchtime breaks. We see a lot of
that's great.
5 a.m.ers that come in before work. A lot of CEOs of companies that are extremely busy, and they find it very just enticing because they're able to get their workout in so quick and then head back out the door.
Two last questions before
Yes.
we wrap up. What is the most rewarding aspect of this for you, and what is the most rewarding aspect of this for your clients?
The most rewarding aspect for me is to change somebody's life in a positive way. The outside world, you got so much negativity out there. You have the news. You turn on the news in the morning. I don't even watch it. Every single story there it's negative. Did you hear about the house burn? Did you hear about the weather? So right now in this state, we got another snowstorm 2 days ago, so everybody's in kind of a state of depression. So it's great to really see somebody who comes in really hurting emotionally and physically, whether that be posture or, whatever it is that's ailing them, but to really change their lives in a positive way, whether that just be that accountability partner, that positive mind that they need, that's not outside in the regular world.
That's super. So someone wants to be physically fit, wants
Sure.
to lose a little bit of weight,
Yeah.
wants some guidance. The fitness artist is where they're going to want to go for some
Definitely.
individualized
Definitely.
attention.
They have myself, and we also have 6 other fitness professionals that are along with me, and they're all they're great. They're very
All
positive,
certified?
all certified, very positive, just very knowledgeable, very professional. We don't want that whole gym atmosphere, so we really want to get it's really about getting the client to their fullest potential.
And with that, I would imagine you collaborate with people like myself
Yes,
and to help
definitely.
people be well, because that's our goal.
Sure.
It's the goal of my television show. It's the goal of what we
Sure.
all do is natural wellness. So
Sure.
there's a collaboration.
Sure.
That's fabulous.
I-
Travis, thank you so much for
Yeah,
being here today and for all that
definitely.
you're doing. It's just
Yeah.
really amazing. What a great concept.
Yes, thank you so much. We're very blessed, and we look forward to changing one life at a time.
You're very welcome. If you'd like more information about Travis Gill and the work that he does, you can reach him at fitness-artist.com.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you for tuning into Wellness Today. I surely hope you enjoyed our wellness practitioners, that you found them inspiring and informative. Please reach out to them with any questions you may have about their services or modalities, or please always feel free to reach out to me, Lisa Marie, at Inspiring Wellness Solutions with any health questions you may have. Until next time, be well, be happy, and be alive. Thank you.